Hi and welcome to today's NCCR product news. We will be walking you through this today.
Yeah, it's a long way. Hello, from Sweden.
Yes, hi. Usually we present our bikes on the stand, but it is quite a long bike, so we have it on the floor today.
Yes. Yeah.
So this was a project that actually John started because he approached me. When was that? That was March last year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's almost a year soon.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were at MC-messen in Oslo, Norway, and we were actually at the Buell Owners Club stand.
Yeah.
And
Gaia invited us.
Exactly, which was really a good invitation because it started so much. And we were there with our shotgun frame, which was actually for Christian.
Yeah.
But
Another Norwegian.
And it was just standing there, just the frame. And suddenly a weird guy in a completely silver suit approached us like, "What's that? I need to have that. I want that. I love that." I'm like, "Who are you?" And that's how the whole cooperation with...
Yeah, he was there as ambassador of the Oslo Motorshow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was quite funny because he did look a little bit like an astronaut. But if you want to read the whole story, there is a webpage only for that. And you can find it in the subscription box below. And then you can read the whole story. So I'm not allowed to repeat it today because it's kind of longish. But this is the result of it.
Yeah.
So what is it?
So we started a couple of years ago a cooperation with MA Racing in Borlänge regarding the Docol R8 tube. It's an high-strength steel tube made in Sweden and Finland by SSAB. And it is the so-called automotive steel tube. And there are a lot of like funny car chassis, door slammers and top fuelers.
It's also FIA approved now?
It's now FIA approved for rollover cells, for cages. And the good thing of this tube is that you can weld it like mild steel. So there is no gas filling needed, not much voodoo. It is much more forgivable regarding crashes, and we just think it's a better tube, better than chromoly.
Way better.
So this is why we use it for all our frames, our race frames, motorsport frames, road frames. Everything. And Julia developed this shotgun frame, what is a bit shorter, and it's a hardtail. And then together with John from Snoopiicustom in Norway, we start to develop this, what have the idea of the modern digger. Older generation is familiar about Big Daddy Red whole show in Daytona in the late 70s, 80s, when this digger style came. And John's idea is now to bring that back, but interpret it in a modern way.
Yes, in an actual functional way, because that was the I'd say, biggest idea around it. Like, it should look like the good old times, but it would actually be functional, kind of sporty, and rideable.
Yeah, and it should have a classic style fork. So we discussed Springer. Telescopic conventional was not on the list. And then we said, okay, let's look into the girder. The girder is classic, but we didn't want to CNC something. There are some nice products on the market. We want to combine the traditional style of a welded construction with modern suspension technology. And with construction what is reliable and holds the front wheel where it should be.
Yes. So as you see here, this tube is actually everything is Docol, but this one and these ones, they kind of look like the same, but they're not. So you see that this dimension they're the same, but in this dimension this one is oval pressed. So this gives you a lot more strength and also pretty cool optical thing, I think. Then you can of course choose the design if you like it like this. This is the way that John preferred it. But the cool thing on the sides is actually the foot, because this, just the lower piece, it's a dovetail. So this this part is welded onto the actual side, and this lower part is a dovetail that slides into and then it's locked with a screw, so you can actually exchange this one and have different length on it, for instance, different axle sizes, and it's really a cool thing just to have, well, the sides are kind of one size fits all, but then the bottom you have a lot of different ways that you can change it. And then you have the linkages, so you have 4 linkages, two in the bottom.
I call them dog bones.
Yeah, we call them dog bones, makes it easier for me. And each of the ends has actually 2 ball bearings in them, just beside each other. So you have 2, 4, all the way down to 16. And they actually give you the possibility to have this really well tightened, because before it was either bushings or
needle bearings.
And them you can tighten properly. So this is actually really nicely with all the, how do you call it? Like the Führung. That's a very German word, I'm sorry. So the way that it's actually not wobbly in any way, but it's actually going, and also the suspension is working the way it's supposed to. And it's a Wilbers shock in it that is built to our specifications. And then you have the triples.
CNC made with hidden steering stop.
Yes, and also hidden clamping for the stem. So this was, I'm actually kind of proud of this. It looks really nice.
It's a lot of construction going on. We do that all in-house. Julia do all our construction work, and it's quite tricky and special, and all with a new view on.
It was a steep learning curve. We put it that way.
And in the meantime, tried to keep the traditional look.
The style. Yeah. So, and that also goes for the rear end, because what do we have there? Yeah,
well, we all in my age, you all know there was this plunger.
I learned that actually. I was educated. It's not plunger, it's plunger.
This plunger suspension what never really worked. So when John came with this project, and we discussed a lot about making traditional old things, invent them further and develop something. I said, well, there was something we looked in a year ago, where I had the idea to use a plunger, and then he immediately said, "Oh, plunger, that is cool," but the plungers don't work because they are wobbly, and the problem is if you have a rear axle and you want to make it sliding, and you have only one axis where it is mounted, like on an old BSA, on a Triumph, I think Norton also had one, and before the Second World War, nearly any manufacturer in Europe tried it, and they were all wobbling because if you make it too strong, then it would get stuck. So we said, okay, let's think it new with modern technology. And then we said, yeah, why not taking 2 tubes with today's material? Everything can be so super light. Yeah. And then we built this. We have a possibility of adjustment. These are also air supported, and they are adjustable in the length in 2 ways. One internal, and second, of course, to the chassis from these clamps. And we have on this one now integrated tail light with blinkers and brake light. And we have no adjustment for the chain tension that comes on that bike with another solution, but we could also have an intentioner here. But for the clean look here now, we decided that we want to have it like that.
And now that we've made the frame, actually I drew up the tank too, but that it will be a different one. It's being built right now as we speak, actually in Austria, so that would be really fun to see. So this is just a mock-up right now. Now, so we have the frame, we have the suspension, what's left, and that we could reinvent.
The wheel.
The wheel. They always say don't reinvent the wheel.
No,
we did.
And I never had the idea. But John came up and said, oh, I want to have these welded wheels, because we had this aero profile on the fork.
Yeah, it's actually here also.
Here, there also, and what's also Docol. And then Julia started drawing it up, and it was so boring. And then I Googled a little bit.
I tried using the aero profile like spokes, but it didn't turn out well. I did it in the 3D model, but there you can see how like it looks kind of spinky. Not nice. So we said, okay. I Googled a bit, and I found there's still companies around in America, in Italy, and I think even one in Sweden, who weld these old school wheels. What is very, very cool, but it was not our piece. So we said, okay, what we can do. And then we came up with this solution now. We are located here in Swedish HELLSING. Yes. So we named them the HELLSING wheels. Yes. Like hell sings. Yes. So the HELLSING wheels are not available yet. Frames you can order, forks you can order, but the wheels we just started with. We want to see it this season on the road, get their experience. They will be not cheap. I think the set of wheels will be around 5,000 to 6,000 euro. It is all the hubs are all CNC made. The rims are made in Germany. They are DOT rated, and we will experiment with that more, with design and with the mixture of materials and colors, polished black and so on. We think this is a start. And if you're interested and you have a project, let us know. Let's talk. Last point, we have here radial mounted brake system. The discs we also made for this particular project now, but we have a new cooperation together with HEL in England. And HEL fits perfect to the HELLSING wheels. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
No, that just came.
Oh God, that's such a dad joke.
Yeah, but here you see them mounted, and also we have the brake pump. It also gets the hydraulic clutch pump. We will. This handlebar was just now for the first show in Italy. There will coming a new handlebar on for this project. We built this one. But we will look to integrate there the reservoirs directly into the handlebar, and to make it all very, very smooth looking.
It will be really cool when it's done. And it also will be candy yellow, like
Yes.
the complete thing. If you look at the website that I mentioned before, there you can actually see my renderings, and that's already candy yellow, and also the 3D little model that I made, that's also already yellow, and it will look so good.
Yeah. The chassis will be on display again now on Easter on the Elmia.
Yes.
So if you are from Sweden or if you come over from Norway, there will be a stand from the Oslo Motor Show, and there will be the chassis again, and John will be there.
Yes.
We will be not there personal, but if you have there any questions, welcome to visit John at the Elmia now on Eastern 24.
Yes, just to make sure this year.
Yeah, so that about this rolling chassis for now.
Yes.
We will come back when we have here more to tell later this year. And
Also, which engine?
yeah, that will be really surprise some people, and also this party will be looking very interesting because this is not finished yet. Yeah, I think it's interesting. If you are looking for front end, or if you're looking for an advanced project or frame building, even if it is racer or whatever project, just let us know. We build frames from 1 to small series, and we are quite good in construction, in drawing things up, and so if you need some help or if you have an interesting project, we're happy if you like to contact us.
Let us know, right?
Okay. Thank you.
That's it for today. So thank you guys, and have a nice day.
See you on the road.
See you. Bye.
Bye.